Hey there, it's Jennifer. Today I have a different kind of video for you. Instead of a card, I'm going to show you how to make some really quick and easy floral hair clips. Now, if you don't have a need for hair clips, you can definitely use these as accents on a project or for brooches or all kinds of things. Now, for these flowers, I use the Tim Holtz Tattered Floral die. I love this die. It's super high quality. It cuts through pretty much anything. And although it's normally kind of got a vintage style to it, you can totally change it up. It's very versatile and use it for something like this, something quick, easy, bright, and cutesy. This is also part of Tim's Tattered Floral Challenge, and I thought it'd be something to do it'd be fun to do something very different than what others are doing. And here's what the Brett looks like on my little girl. Now, in this video I'm going to show you a few different Bretts, but really the possibilities are endless on how you can configure these. You can change up the colors, you can change up the embellishments, which flower die cuts you use together. There's really a lot you can do with them. Now, in my videos you often see me using a big shot for my die cutting, but in real life what I normally use is the Vagabond. I love the Vagabond machine. The reason you don't see it in my videos is that I keep my Vagabond in a pull-out drawer in my cabinet. So I just pull it right out and there we have it, and I can get right down to my die cutting. I don't have to worry about cleaning anything up. It's really quick and easy to do. And again, this is what I normally use. It cuts through anything very nicely. Now you could use this die on any other die cut machine, but I just happen to use the Vagabond. And I'm just cutting some felt from the die, and you see how nice it cuts through with absolutely no problem. So I've cut a bunch of flowers here from felt, and I'm using hot glue for this. You could also use some other types of glue, but I find the hot glue just quick and easy. So I'm putting glue in the center of one flower. Then I'm going to take another flower and fold it in half. I'm not really lining it up, I'm just folding it in half randomly and holding it down. And then I'm going to kind of shift it here, sorry. I'm holding it down, and then I'm going to take another one, fold it in half, and put it on the other half of the flower that's on the bottom. Now this looks kind of funny right here, and it'll kind of pop up, but we'll finish it off and it'll look quite nice. This just gives a little bit of volume to it. Now this felt that I'm using is from My Favorite Things. I think their felt is really high quality and very pretty colors, but you could use any felt for this, or any kind of fabric for that matter. Now this is the small flower that you can cut with that same die. Cuts a bunch of different size flowers, and there we have a dimensional flower. Now you can put anything in the center of this. I personally like the My Mind's Eye button collection. I think they're adorable. Good variety, and they're very unique. So I just pulled a bunch out here, and I'm kind of picking different ones to use together. I thought it'd be fun to kind of layer some pieces. Now in this video and for these Bretts, I just used hot glue to put all these pieces together. Now, if your kid is one that tends to tear apart things or eat them, you may want to make sure that you stitch these down, or careful about what you use. But I'm pretty good with Lila, and she doesn't bother with them, so I'm just going to use some hot glue to hold these together. But you could very easily take some thread and stitch it from behind the flower up through the button and back down through the back and tie it in a knot, and then you can be sure it'll stay put. I thought it'd be fun to put something small in the center, so I'm using these My Mind's Eye enamel dots. They're just absolutely adorable. Instead of just using the adhesive that comes with them, I wanted to be short stayed, so I'm just using a tiny little touch of some hot glue and putting the enamel dots in it. Now I put a little too much hot glue down, so I'm taking some away with a piece of scrap paper, and you just need a touch, and then I'm going to add a few little enamel dots to the center. You could also use little dots of liquid pearls, or you can use some rhinestones, or just a simple button. It's fun to kind of change up the different things that you put in the center, but you can see how quick and easy it is to put a bunch of these together. Sometimes if I want a super tiny bit of hot glue, I'll put it on the end of some scrap paper and then touch that scrap paper to my project, and then you end up with only a little bit there. It's a little easier to control than squirting it out of the glue gun. So there you go, you have a fun little flower. It'd be great for a card too. Now for the leaves, I just cut one of the other flowers that's in the Tattered Floral die. It looks more like a daisy, and I cut off 2 petals. Did this just from some green felt, and I'm going to glue this to the back, and it looks like two little leaves sticking out. Very quick and easy to do. And if you're one of those people who likes to keep scraps of fabric, these would be great to use those scraps with. Now, instead of getting my own barrette and kind of making my own soft barrette for this to sit on, I am totally cheating. I just bought a pack of inexpensive barrettes from the line in Target, actually, and I'm just taking it apart. I'm cutting everything off, and now I have this metal barrette that's actually covered with ribbon, so it's nice and soft, and it's ready to go. I don't have to fuss with making anything and covering it up. Very easy to do, and these are very inexpensive. So now I'm just going to glue my flower on there, and we're good to go. Now this flower is not too thick, so you could stick this on a card or scrapbook page if you wanted to. And I've made barrettes before, and it takes a lot of time if you try to do your own. By cheating and just buying some pre-made ones, you can just glue this on and have a one-of-a-kind barrette. I thought I'd show you one more time how I did that because I did it kind of fast before. I just have one flower I cover with some hot glue, fold another one in half and hold it in place, and then fold another in half and hold it in place. You can see how quick and easy this comes together. You can layer more of these up if you wanted to really get a lot of dimension to it. And then to kind of hold it flat, I just put a little bit more hot glue right in the center, and then add the small floral the small flower that's cut from the same floral die. I like that this tattered floral die cuts a bunch of different flowers at once. So again, I added a button and some enamel dots to the center, and I have another barrette that I kind of tore apart, and I'm just going to glue this right on there, and there we have another floral barrette. Very quick and easy to do. Now I also wanted to show you one that's a little bit bigger using one of the other flowers that's cut from the same die. I did the same thing. I die cut one flower, then put glue in the center and did two folded halves on top of it, and then I'm putting a button on the top. And you can see how with this one you get more of a daisy look. It's really quite fun. This one's a little bit too big for my daughter, but I intend to add it to one of her dresses. And again, I'm just using some fun buttons layered up. With this one you can layer even more because there's more room. And put an enamel dot in the center and you're good to go. This one I'm using one of the other flowers that's cut from the die for the leaves. This is a bigger flower, and I'm just putting two of those sticking out from the side. So there you have it, some fun floral embellishments or hair clips that you can create using the Tim Holtz tattered floral die. I love using dies in a completely different look than what you expect. And here are a few more that I created using the same die. I use various buttons and enamel dots. On the one on the right, the blue one, I actually took a Tim Holtz flower metal embellishment, covered it with different colors of alcohol inks to change it to match the felt, and added that to the center. So it gives more of a vintage feel to the center of that one. It's fun that all the things that you can do with this great die. If you have any questions, please visit my blog, jennifermcguireinc.com, and thanks for watching.